Well, let me take you back a bit. Let's go down memory lane. Let's get to the genesis of the whole wahala that we have in the world today, especially with human beings. You see, in business, in relationship, and in our daily living, what we actually need for us to be successful is one word: consistency. Consistency. You know, consistency, the best way you can describe consistency is about sacrifice, commitment, and doing things willingly from your heart. You know, when you are doing these things, you discover that, it gives you that level of consistency that is needed, you know, or that is required for success in business, in life, and in relationship. But because human beings naturally we are greedy, we cheat and we are selfish. We just keep jumping from one place to another. People are not consistent anymore. You see people moving from one church to another. Then people move from one business to another. People move from one relationship to another. There's no consistency anymore. And because of this, they get into, uh, depression, emotional deficiency. You know, People are not able to manage their emotions because as you move from one place to another, you experience the good and the bad. You mix up with all kinds of feelings and all that. Now, if you don't know how to manage it, that is what causes the wahala that we have, the chaos, the depression, the emotional stress and all that. But if you want to deal with it, if you want to deal with this kind of issue, you know, first you have to learn how to, you know, manage your emotions. You have to learn how to manage your emotion. Because if you're going to be jumping, let's assume that it's difficult for you to stay in one place, that you must move from one business to another, from one career to another, from one church to another, from one relationship to another. You must be matured enough to be able to handle, the 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 disadvantages, or let me use a particular word that be able to manage the consequences, you know, because moving from one place to another, just because you are looking for a greener pasture, you're looking for gains, you're looking for, a better place, a better platform, does not guarantee you that, you will not see, um, you will not experience the disadvantages or the consequences that go with it. If you're doing it, for and the circumstances is right for you to do it, you know God has a way of rewarding you. God has a way of preparing you for it, for those kind of. But there are some people, you're in a particular situation, you're trying to be nice, you're good, you're putting all the effort and all that, but you happen to meet with somebody or with people or with a boss who is contrary, to your beliefs, your conviction, your aspirations in life, and you happen to move on from there. God has a way of compensating you. God could even use that kind of circumstances to mature you, so that when you move on, you know, you will not be stressed, you know. But if you are just the type, because of fun or because you don't even give a damn about people's feelings, you're only interested in yourself, and yeah, you just keep moving, you know, you will suffer the consequences that go with it, and woe betide you if you don't know how to manage your emotions. By the time you eventually get to a place that you think is it for you, then all those experiences, all those bad feelings, that you pass through in the course of looking for this better place, the desired better place, they will reoccur, and it can affect, this new place you are, whether in relationship, whether in business, or whether in life generally. you know the bottom line of what I'm trying to tell you today, if you must move, if you must keep jumping from church to church, from business to business, from relationship to relationship, make sure you are matured enough, to handle whatever comes with it. You are matured enough to manage your emotions. Because a lot of people that are depressed today, a lot of people that are stressed, a lot of people that are causing wahala for others, are people who do not know how to manage their emotions. They don't know how to manage their emotions because of the mistakes that they made in the past. I don't want to be giving a specific example, but you understand what I'm talking about, because I promise that my videos are going to be short, so that it will be attractive to people. But if you want to get to know the details, of this, you can call me up so that I can put you through. Meditate on these things. Do have a nice day.